All right, guys, so what we're gonna do today is a full hybrid hypertrophy session. This 4 to about 6 weeks, I'm gonna be working in the hypertrophy range, but I'll still maintain a lot of the athletic movements that you see me do on a daily basis. One, to maintain athleticism, and then as far as the hypertrophy goes, obviously we want to build a little bit of muscle. So I'm still going to be doing a form of condensed conjugate. Today, focus is going to be upper body hypertrophy and lower body plyometrics. So when you look at it from a sequence of events throughout the workout, you're going to start fast and end slower. So it's going to go high speed to low speed. It's going to go high intensity to lower intensity throughout the entire workout. All right, so we're gonna start off obviously building some tissue temperature, increasing the neuromuscular efficiency, our ramp protocol where we're raising the core temperature and tissue temperature, activating the muscles, activating the nervous system, mobilizing the joints, and then we'll potentiate into our power movements. And then right after that, we'll get into our muscle building. So follow along, let's do it. All right, so moving on to our lower level plyometrics. With this one, we're trying to increase tendon stiffness. We're increasing the reflexibility of the muscle, especially in the lower limbs. When you're talking about athleticism, and if you are an athlete, you need to be able to redirect force fast. You need to be able to get off the ground fast and do that repeatedly over time. So this is gonna be beneficial for athletes, but it's also beneficial for general population looking to train like an athlete. So here we go. We're gonna do line hops going forward and back, and then I'm gonna go lateral, right? We're gonna do 10 seconds. All right, so this next one is gonna be more for triple extension and rotation. So I'm jumping up in a vertical pattern. I'm gonna squat down, full jump, and then twist in the air, 90-degree turn. Good thing about this is, one, you're getting triple extension, so you're working explosive power from the ground up. I'm dropping the hips down lower, hitting the quads a little bit more because my hips are gonna be lower. I'm gonna drive through the ground, get up, and then I need to have what's called proprioception, knowing where you are in space. And that's gonna be good for any athlete, especially in a field-based sport too as well, where they have to be mindful of their body in all positions. Do 5 on one way, 5 on the other. All right, next one, we went bilateral, so now we'll go unilateral, and we're gonna go side to side. So lateral force displacement. Good thing about this is what's called a skater bound. You have to load on the hip and then redirect force. You wanna be as fast as possible, but be in a good position. I'm gonna push off, sideways, load, and then come back. Boom, boom, into the hip. All right, so we went vertical, we went lateral, now we're gonna go horizontal. I'm gonna drop off a 12-inch box here. As soon as I hit the ground, I'm going forward. So I wanna land on 2 feet, and then I wanna push and shoot my hips forward. All right, so moving on, muscle building phase of the training. So now I'm gonna start off with just a warm-up set. I'm gonna do about 10 repetitions with an RIR of like 3 to 4, right? Then I'm gonna start to work my way up, increase the load, but decrease the actual reps. All right, so we got an incline dumbbell press to start off. Let's do it. So on the warm-up sets, and pretty much every set, I'm focusing on full range of motion. All right, so I wanna get to the range of motion that my joints have available, and then I'm gonna produce force out of that range. All All right, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I'll go over the entire workout on the board. So. All right, so what we have here is a Viking press. I felt like it was appropriate for the time. Pretty much I'm doing a vertical pressing variation, more at a 45-degree angle, but the goal here is work the shoulders, right? We're gonna be working anterior delts, and you're gonna be working a little bit of triceps too at the top. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a neutral grip position. I'll probably stagger my feet just to get more balance and rock it through. Let's go. All right, so we finished with most of the compound lifts. So now we're gonna work our way into 2 accessory exercises. One for the posterior delt and then the other one for the triceps. This is gonna be a superset fashion. So we're gonna go 1A, 1B, a little bit higher reps, working around 8 to 12 repetitions, maybe even 15. Start with 15, then go 12, 10, 8, 3 to 4 sets. One being a warm-up set, the rest working sets. All right, so as promised, we're gonna go through the entire workout. So this is what I call hybrid hypertrophy or condensed conjugate model. With the condensed model, you're working velocity and you're working some sort of strength or muscle building in the same workout, but you're gonna split it up into halves of the body. So today, lower body dynamic effort, we're still working plyometrics, we're still working explosive power for the lower body, and then we're gonna work our way into the upper body, working more for this particular phase, hypertrophy or muscle building. If you look at the dynamic effort, first one we did, like I said, is line hops front to back, right? So you're gonna do 2 sets, 10 seconds, making sure that you're rapid fire, you're maintaining your good position with your hips are underneath you the whole time, and you're quick off the ground. Then we're gonna move into lateral line hops, going side to side, same concepts apply, 2 sets of 10 seconds, and again, lower level plyometrics, so on and off the floor as quick as possible. Then we're gonna work our way into a 90-degree squat jump. So I'm actually using a bend in my knees, a bend in my hips, dropping down, getting vertical force displacement, triple extension and rotating my body in midair, landing in that 90 degree and sticking that landing. So if you look at it, we're going vertical to rotation on that. 2 sets of 5 reps each side. Then we're working into skater bounds, going side to side, so lateral force displacement along with redirection of force. Really good for change of direction drills. Again, it's a plyometric activity, so fast amortization phase, meaning that you're gonna spend less time on the ground. As soon as you land, you redirect. 2 sets, 5 each side, and like I said, that's more lateral. Last one, we're gonna go into a broad jump with the drop down on a 12-inch box. 2 sets of 5 repetitions, and you're working through that horizontal. Working our way into a build, right? So now we're building muscle, we're working on the hypertrophy. Make sure that you can maintain a solid tempo. Roughly 3 seconds on the eccentric, 2 to 3 seconds is probably the most optimal, especially when you're trying to control the weight. For you beginners or intermediate, make sure that you have a slower concentric in this particular fashion. One, because time under tension to help build the muscle, to help get mechanical tension. The most important thing is making sure that you have a solid tempo and it's consistent throughout the entire workout. Now the rest periods are gonna be 60 to 90 seconds, and your reps in reserve are gonna go from a higher reps in reserve to a lower reps in reserve, almost to 0. So the first exercise is gonna be a dumbbell incline press. I did 1 set of 10, 1 set of 8, 1 set of 6, and then 1 set of 5. So the first set was obviously a warm-up set. Horizontal pressing motion. As you can see, I wrote down my numbers there, and we did 100 at the end for 6 reps, and then I did another 100 for 5 reps. Number 2, going into a vertical pull, so a neutral grip pull-up. Same concept, you wanna do your reps as much as you can with the acquired reps in reserve, right? Make sure that you're resting around 60 to 90 seconds. All right, the next one, Viking press, and that 45-degree press. It's still somewhat of what we would call or categorize it as a vertical pressing motion. 8, 6, 5. I did 180, 225, and then I did another set of 225 on that. Pendlay row. So this one, you're in that low position, almost like you're gonna deadlift, but you're just rowing from the ground. I'm letting the bar hit the ground, and then I'm doing the row again, repeating that. So you got 8, 6, 5. This was somewhat easier for me. I have a good horizontal pull. Could be from years of training it or whatever, but 135, 185, 205, and then I did another set of 205. Since I got 8 reps and I was supposed to get 6 to 5, I'll go up and wait the next week. Next one is gonna be a superset. So we're gonna go bent over dumbbell flies into dumbbell rollback extensions with a band. So with the band, you get accommodated resistance at the top, working that lockout. This is a good exercise for benchers, right? If you're a power lifter, this would be good. This would be a good accessory exercise if you're missing at the lockout of your bench. Really good for combat sport athletes looking for snap at the end of their punches. And then if you're looking to build a little bit more hypertrophy on your triceps, this is the one. I like dumbbell flies, bent over dumbbell flies, really hits the rear delts for me. So this one's gonna be a little bit more higher in volume. I did 10, 8, and then 8 to 10. Like I said, now that I know where I'm at with the weight, I'm gonna go up the next week and make sure I'm steady progressing the weight so that I can get that progressive overload to keep building. All right, so there you have it. Full workout, it'll be in the description. All right, so there you have it. Dynamic effort, lower body, hypertrophy, upper body. As you progress, you're gonna go into a higher strength phase. So I'm doing this for about 6 weeks, and then I'll progress into more heavy and maximal efforts. Make sure that when you're doing this, you're writing down the reps that you completed along with the weight. Now, the great thing about the Fight Life app is that you can jot down what you've completed, the weights that you had, the RPE, everything is there. It's simple to use, user-friendly. Link is down below in the description. It's available on iPhone, so make sure you check it out. Hope you liked the video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. See you guys next time. Peace.